everyone, so today I'm going to be swatching and trying out the Jeffree Star Magic Star concealers. So I say concealers because I've got two different shades that I wanted to show you today. So I've got C5 and then I've also got a C3. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these, try them out and just give my first impressions really. So I ordered these a few months ago and I actually ordered them while there was a promotion going on. So they retail for £21 and if you're in the UK you can get them on Beauty Bay. Often they're sold out, so it kind of can be hard to get your right shade. But they did a sale, which I think was like 20% off, and I got them for £16.80 each. So that's quite good. I'm saving like, £4 or £5 nearly. So the packaging is really pretty. So you've got your kind of typical Jeffree Star pink style packaging, his logo in the middle, and really pretty kind of iridescent. You can see it catching the light. That looks really stunning, so that's super nice. And yeah, generally I just like the packaging. I do like Jeffree Star cosmetics, so I like his lipsticks, his lip ammunitions and the liquid lipsticks. And I do use concealer. At the moment I've been using like a really kind of cheap basic Revolution one. So the Revolution one, I think it was like £4 or something, like pretty cheap. So these are obviously a lot more high end, pricier, but I saw some really good reviews about them and I just thought, why not try them out? They seemed good. So I'm going to see if they kind of hold up to that today. So this is the packaging, really nice. So I got two shades. So C5 is here and I've taken it out already. So this is what it looks like. So C5 is kind of more of a neutral pale skin shade. So it is kind of hard to pick your shade from the website. But the best thing I found is to just kind of think what type of skin tone you are. So obviously I'm quite pale and then you have to think about undertones. So for me, I feel like I'm a bit more rosy and that's why I got the C3 as well. So C3 is more for rosy pale skin and C5 is more for neutral pale skin. Now you can't really see a difference in the bottle, but you can see a difference when they're swatched. So let's talk about the bottle first though. I mean, it's really beautiful. I would say that concealers of all makeup products are kind of a bit more boring, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like something we do to cover up imperfections, not necessarily to make us look really good or anything. Whereas lipsticks are more fun, eyeshadows more creative and fun. Concealer's kind of just like a necessity almost. So I think it's nice that it has got interesting packaging because it's just a more boring makeup product, I guess, but this really did kind of sell it to me. I love anything that looks quite pretty and girly, and I think a lot of people probably felt the same with this. So you've got the little gold star on the top, and I know a lot of people had problems with this, like it was breaking off. I mean, it seems quite sturdy, but yeah, if you get one of these yourself, or if you're intending to get one, be careful taking it out of the box because it is quite tricky. It was kind of wedged, there was like different layers and stuff, so maybe open it from the bottom or just don't force it basically because it could snap off and you wouldn't want to do that for like how expensive this is. So then we've got this sort of pink gem which is really pretty, once again catches the light, gold bit here which is kind of the screw bit. And then our actual container, and it's quite clear and we can see the product inside. So like I said, you can't really tell the difference like this, but I've already swatched them on my hand and kind of left them to dry. I think they're nearly dry. And there they are. So we have C3 here and then C5 here. So you can actually see they're really quite different. So C3 is meant to be more pinky and it actually just looks a bit duller, a little bit deeper. And then C5 is meant to just be neutral, so it's very like pale. I think that would be really brightening. So what I'll do is I'll do one side first and then we can kind of compare like with and without the concealer. And then I'll do both and we can kind of compare the shades like on my eyes. So let's have a look at the damage. So I'm kind of glad that my camera isn't better quality. Apologies for the lighting and the camera quality, it's not ideal. But like I said, it's probably a good thing because you don't want to see my imperfections that in high definition. So you can see, I've got quite like purple under the eyes. I've got a little bit of acne here, a little bit of acne up there. So I might even, try a bit on there, see if it would work. The thing with me is I don't wear foundation or anything. I like to kind of keep my look as natural as possible, but I like a bit of concealer, like I said, just to cover up mainly my bags, to cover up all those years of not sleeping properly. But yeah, so I'm hoping this will blend nicely like with just my skin tone and not look too maybe obvious or not have to be something that I'd have to wear foundation with. So I'm hoping, you know, that will be fine. But yeah, so I have got some like little wrinkles under my eyes as well, like little like creases. So I'll be really interested to see if there's creases, because I remember Jeffree in his video on this said it wasn't crease proof, but I just hope it doesn't crease loads, because like I said, I've been trying a Revolution concealer, you know, a cheap one, and I did notice some creasing. In fact, that was kind of how I realised I had like these little lines under my eye. So if I come in quite closely, you could probably see like here, I have got some creases. I'm only 21, I don't know if that's, hopefully that's not an age thing, maybe that's just natural. Okay, so let's try them. So I'm going to go for C3. So I feel like personally that might suit me a bit better. Here's our little applicator, our little doe foot, I think it's called. So it's pretty cute, nice shape, holds a lot of product in the middle. Remember they said, like, you know, you only have to dip in once and that will cover both eyes. So I've kind of wiped it off a little bit, and let's just go for it. Okay, so there's a lot of product there. Everybody does concealer differently, so I'm just going to do what kind of works for me. So I put that under there, and I want to blend this quite quickly because I don't know if it dries quite fast. So I have a little silicone sponge blender. Hopefully this will work fine. I like this because it's easy to clean and like less waste. I'm going to try and blend this out now. But yeah, I may need to invest in like a proper kind of beauty blender, because that could help, you know, just blend everything a little bit better. So what I can say, yeah, is a little goes a long way. So as I'm blending this, I can see that actually I could have put even less on. I'm going to put a little bit on my eyelid as well. I've got the excess, so let's go for it. I'm going to pad a little bit in with my fingertip. Oh, so first impressions is it's not like super thick. It's not like really high coverage, but it looks quite nice. It looks nice and like quite matte. It looks smooth on my eye. Just still kind of blending it out. It looks really bright actually, so I don't think it's maybe too light for me. So let's have a look here. So it's looking pretty good. I think, I mean, maybe just I could have used a little bit less. It does look like it's creasing a little bit. So there's definitely a little bit of creasing. But I suppose that would just depend when it dries. We'll have to see then if it creases a bit more. But you can really see the difference. So wow, that makes me look like I haven't slept forever on this side. So I think it is quite bright. I think I would just need to use a little bit less, because it's looking super bright, but it looks good. I do quite like it. I need to get my eyelashes tinted as well, so with like a bit of mascara and stuff. I think that'll look nice, because my eyelashes at the moment are very pale. But yeah, so there's with and without. So you can still see a little bit of the darkness here. So it's not like, I mean, I suppose I could layer it, but it's not like super full coverage. But there is a little bit, and I like that because it's kind of a bit more natural. So that was C3. So now I want to try C5. Now I'm a bit worried about C5 because it looks even brighter. Remember on the hand, it's this one here, so it looks even brighter than the C3. So I'm going to go in with a very tentative hand. I'm going to use a little bit of this, and then we can kind of compare the shades. So this is, yeah, it looks like a super bright one. This could be good layering with foundation, because then it would be just like quite a brightening base, or even over the top. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit, and I'm going to go for the other side of my sponge. Let's start to try and blend this one in. Now I'd really spend a little bit of time with this, so just spend some time really blending it, sort of going for what you want, because you don't really want to rush this. You do want to kind of blend it in. So that's looking quite nice. So having a look there, I don't know, hopefully I don't have any of my eyelashes. So it is again quite pale. I don't know if I could have gone for a darker shade maybe, but that brightening effect is quite nice. So I think we can really see slightly a difference between the two. I do think this one is a bit lighter here. I think this one is probably a slightly better match for me personally. More of that neutral tone, but I think it looks good. I think it looks nice. And personally, I don't like it on my eyelid because that looks kind of weird. It would probably be a nice base if I then put some eyeshadow on. Maybe that would work well. I'm going to try a tiny bit of C3, just a little dot on there, and see if I could sort of cover that up and blend it in. Okay, there we go. I think that's covered that up quite well. You can still see it a little bit. but I think that covered up okay. So like I said, it's not the most full coverage. The shades are difficult. I wouldn't know if I'd want to go for a darker shade. It's been on a few minutes, so let's see how the crease in front is. So it doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's just, so there's a bit of crease in here, but you might be able to just tap that away, blend that out. So I did the same with the other side and it doesn't look like it's come back as much. So there's a little bit of creasing, but it's not too bad. I think it's pretty good. I would say probably not worth the money though. If I'm being brutally honest, I think it's a good concealer. I think it works nicely. I haven't ever worn it for a full day, so I'd have to see how it wears, but it seems nice. On my hand, it seems like it's not like rubbed away or anything. I've had this swatch on for a while. So it seems like, you know, it's good quality and it lasts long and I think it looks pretty good. I think a little goes a long way. So, you know, wipe off the excess and then just do a couple of dots because that's all you really need. Like I said, maybe I'm not using the perfect tool here. So maybe I could get a different sponge and try that. But generally, I think it's really nice and I love the packaging. And if you can get it like at a reduced price, that would probably be best. You're not actually getting a huge quantity, but I think it would probably last a little while and it's going to look so nice on the dressing table, so I think it is good. So here's one last look. So that side was C3 and over here was C5. So I'm happy with that. So thanks so much for watching. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you want to see more makeup and just more of me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bye.